What's up guys, our Canada Killer is just getting new rubbers, that's the old one. So it's a really good chance for us to talk about when to replace a bike tire. It's not super complicated, but it can be kind of tricky, so I'm going just to tell you how it really works in practice, at least in my practice, in my cycling, training and racing. When do we replace the tire? We have a super good example of when the tire is really worn out. That's our old-fashioned Nobinic Schwalbe. That's the old model, and it has all the indicators I would like to point out in terms of when to replace the tire. Now, the first one, of course, will be the tread and how deep the tread is. This tread, as you can see, isn't deep at all, and I'm going to measure this one in the center. The center knobs have just above 1 millimeter, just above 1 millimeter for those here. We're gonna measure a new one just in a second. So that's one thing. Another thing is maybe for newbies. You don't look at those knobs on the sides and say, wow, these are quite huge, so I can still use the tire, even though here it's completely slick. It doesn't work like that, because those side knobs will really go forever, because you never do so many thousands of kilometers just riding in the curves. So it's the center that's indicating where really. So that's the first one, the depth. The second one is whether you see or not, or you don't see the threads on your tire. Now, Schwalbe say on their website that that's the indicator. That's when you see the threads, you should replace the tire. I would say you should do it even before you see the threads, and that's maybe the trickier part. But here, when we look at these center knobs, central knobs, those have the rubber just around here, and here inside it's already the structural part of our tire, of the casing. So we should definitely replace this one. The third indicator here will be all the cuts on the tire. The cut on the knob is not that bad, but we have some really bad cuts on this tire. Look here, this one is just under the knob, and that means also that it will be much easier for us to get a puncture. Now I'm looking for, there was some really like bad nasty cut on this one, but of course the sidewall will be this, the next one to be looking at, and I had some, it's here. You can see very clearly that this sidewall has a lot of cracks. It can mean two things, basically, that one, the rubber is old. By the way, Schwalbe say once more, lifetime of the rubber is around 5 years. You can be storing tires for around 5 years. So that's one thing. The other thing is also that if you're running like super low pressure, it will wear down the tire quicker, and it can be cracking. So those cracks here indicate that this tire is not in a good condition. So all those things like cracks, cuts and the depth of the tread tells you that this tire should be replaced. We had just above 1 millimeter of depth for those central knobs. The new tire we are putting on the Killer has just above 3 millimeters. So 2 millimeters less on this one, right? Above 3, above 1. So that will also help you. Of course, the depth can be different on different models, especially if you're running like some marathon semi-slick or something. It will be completely different, but you just look and compare different knobs and different parts, areas of the tire. Now this one is also a used one. This is a old, once more, Racing Ralph. But I'm not gonna replace it. I mean, I will replace it, but I will still run this tire in the future. Why so? First off, if we measure the depth of those knobs here, we've got 2. So above 1, above 3, here is 2, and it's okay. But when you look at this tread and this tire, you see no cuts. You see that you know, the knobs can still hold their shape, and also no cracking. And the sidewall as well is in very good condition. All right, so this tire wouldn't be my racing tire. I wouldn't put this one on my racing wheels. That's why I'm going to replace this one. But maybe one word more about this replacing tire. Now, this one here should be replaced, but to be honest, I would be still running this tire just here in the neighborhood on some training, maybe doing some drift or whatever you want to do. You can just now treat this one in a really tough way. If I had two pairs of wheel, if I had racing pair of wheel and a training pair, I would keep this one on my training pair. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the Mavic Crossmax to the rear to my Cannondale Killer. I was able to buy two front Crossmaxes for V-brakes, but I haven't found the rear one just yet. So I'm just running like super old Sun rims with the STX RC. Can you believe it? Believe that? I'm running this wheel and I'm gonna be racing on this one. So I will definitely replace this one and the other one as well. Now, a more tricky thing is with the road wheels. Why is it so? Just look at this Schwalbe Ultrimo and you can see no knobs, no tread, no nothing. It's just like a sleek tire. This one is new. Maybe like it was ridden maybe, I don't know, 500 meters on some bike just in the store, but it's essentially new, and this one will be much more tricky. But then on the road bike we put much more pressure, so we are using a less of the surface of this tire, and comparing the central part to the sidewalls will give you some indicator on what's the wear of this tire. Now you should be very cautious when it comes to the road bike tires, because it's higher speed and it's tarmac usually, and also when the road bike tire with a lot of pressure blows out, you just crash. Especially on the front wheel. You can really hurt yourself. So think about it. This is my training wheel for the Cannondale Cat 10, and I have some like old Michelin Lithium. I don't even know this model. I haven't been riding this one before, but I just got it with some other pair of wheels from someone, a used one, so it's okay. Now the center is just fine. It's okay. You can see some cracks on the sidewall. So this is old tire, and I wouldn't be really surprised if it was older than 5 years actually. But the worst thing about this one is that someone had troubles adjusting the brakes, and the sidewall is a bit worn as well. I'm still using this tire, and I do it for a reason. This is my training wheel, that's one thing. I'm putting here not so much tire pressure, and I'm not going for some, mountains and 90 kilometers per hour, so it's okay for myself to be using this one. I do not recommend, if you're not sure whether the tire is still okay or not, I don't recommend still running those, because it can be dangerous. So if you don't have experience, you should look that up on the manufacturer's website. They will sometimes give you some indicators on when to replace the tire. Some tires would have some wear indicator, but if you don't have any information about it, go to your local store and talk to somebody that is experienced, like a rider, not only the seller but the rider. Then he or she may help you a lot. So that's about when to replace bicycle tires. It's really for our safety, for the traction, and a lot for the flat tire resistance. So just one word more. This old tire I would be running as long as I would be starting getting like a lot of flat tires. If I get a flat tire on this one, I just put some patch on the inner tube. I'm not buying a new inner tube, putting some patch, and then when I get another one, it means okay, there is no resistance, no puncture resistance on this tire, so I'm just replacing the one. But that's only for the sake of you know, saving money and also having some fun, but because you can really do some fun stuff, knowing that you don't have to be taking care of this tire so much. Just one more word, sorry, I just forgot about this one. When not to replace the tire on your bike, I would not be doing it as I'm doing it today, which is a day before race, because many things can happen. If you're putting like a new inner tube or a new tire, something can always go wrong, and if it's some important race that you've been preparing a long time for, I do not recommend doing this. It's always the best idea to do it at least like a few days before the race, so that you can just check the tire, check everything, and you'll be sure that the next day the air pressure will be there on your wheel, so no stress on the racing day. I hope it was helpful for you guys. Give me some thumbs up, and if you have any further questions or maybe suggestions, when do you replace your tires, put them in the comments below, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.